Actor and comedian, Victor Osuagwu, met Roseline when she was in her third year in junior secondary school. The couple share the experiences of their 8-year-old marriage. How did you meet? Roseline: we met as far back as 1990. He had enrolled at the School of Basic Studies in Choba, my maternal hometown, where the University of Port Harcourt is situated. I was living in my father's house in another area, but any time I visited my relatives, I would see him. The first day I visited, he saw me and said he was going to marry me. I thought he was joking, but he started treating me like his younger sister. Then, I was in junior secondary school 3. He helped cut my hair and wash my uniform. Victor: I was in the University of Port Harcourt when I met a little girl who was still in the secondary school. Since she was still at a tender age, I decided to allow her grow to a point when I could marry her. How long did you date before you got married? Roseline: if we calculate the period of courtship and marriage, we have been together for 20 years. Victor: we courted for almost 9 years before we started thinking about marriage. I officially married her in 2002. How has the journey in matrimony been? Roseline: it has been beautiful. We share things in common and he does not hide anything from me. I don't hide things from him too because we grew up together. Victor: it has been a happy marriage and we have not shouted at each other once. Though we have had our ups and downs, we are doing very well. Being an actor and comedian, are there occasions you don't know whether to take your husband serious or not? Roseline: I understand him well and know when he is serious and when he is not. Do you laugh at his jokes? Roseline: yes. He makes me laugh. Besides, in the house, we are all comedians. After my secondary school, he urged me to pursue a diploma in theatre arts while I awaited my JAM result. After I gained admission, I switched over to political science and administrative studies. Do you ever quarrel? Roseline: no, you can't see us quarrel. If you are angry with him, what do you do? Roseline: if I am angry with him for any reason, I will point it out to him. I will tell him that I don't like what he did, and if he is at fault, he would apologize. I don't have issues with him in the area of fidelity because he is not a womanizer. He does not know if another woman exists besides me, but he could make other mistakes. I talk to him like a brother and we understand each other very well. We don't quarrel. People in our neighborhood are always amazed at our union. Couples come to me seeking tips on how to have a successful marriage. Victor: we don't even quarrel. I beg her every time to accept a quarrel with me, even if it is once. Truth is, if I entertain people and make them happy, there is no reason why I should make my own family unhappy. I have even injected my comedy traits into her so much so that she cracks jokes more than I do. I see her as a special creation. I don't make her angry, and if I do, it is like making my mother angry. How do you hang out as a couple? Roseline: we sometimes go out to spend time alone or stay in our room when we are at home. Then, we would tell the children that they should give us space because this is the time for Mummy and Daddy. Victor: sometimes, I take her out and sometimes, we travel abroad. I am making plans to take her to the United States on our next vacation. This is the magic I use to keep the marriage going. I treat her well and make her feel like she's a sweet girl. There is no other way to celebrate a woman than to let her know that she is still as sweet as she was when you first met her. Let her understand that she is still a brand new woman for you even if she has given birth to children. Once that is done, your home will always be in a very good order. Some men find it difficult to even take their wives out. I believe you should take your wife out. This is because she will feel good and her love for you will be renewed. How do you cope when his work takes him away for a very long time? Roseline, at such times, what I do is to pray for him. I will gather the children and we will pray for God's protection and that God should make a way for him. We know that he is a humble man, not the type who would go away, leaving the wife to wonder where her husband is. When he travels, he can call more than 10 times a day. He would inform me before leaving wherever he is, then as the journey progresses, whichever point he gets to, he would call to tell me where he is. Do you operate a joint account? Roseline, no, we don't operate a joint account. He has his own account and I have mine, but our money is spent together. If he is going to withdraw money, he will let me know, and once he brings the money, we would plan on how to spend it for the family and other needs at home. Also, he reserves aside a portion for specific purposes. How have you affected each other's lives? Roseline, God has favored me and my husband, to the extent that if he is picking up a job, he would call me and inform me about the job and the amount they are willing to pay. I will advise him to accept the job after calculating his transportation and other expenses. I am always happy and have a relaxed mind. If somebody makes him angry, he would seek my advice before reacting. Once he calls me to complain, I ask him to calm down and advise him to be cautious and not fight cases in court. He should not have enemies. He cannot do without my advice because he knows I proffer the right advice to him. Victor, she makes me have a sense of responsibility. No matter my work outside, I always remember my home and family. I always want to go back home and kiss my wife. My wife and children are always there to pray for me,